Welcome back to Y&R For Life, where we talk about all things Y&R related. We talk about what's going on, my predictions, what I think's going to happen. Hey, we even talk about fashion on the show from time to time because I'm a big time fashion girl, so we got to spill the tea about that. If you're new to this channel, my question is, what took you so long to get here? And if you are returning, what's up? Long time no see. Well, it's been a week of the south of France. Everything was Nice, Nice, Nice for the whole week. I don't know if anything was going on in Genoa City. Probably not. But this is what we had. So we kind of don't have that much to work with, but we'll see what we come up with. Couple of disclaimers. If you don't want to know what's going on, you kind of want to get caught up on your own, this may not be what you want to see or hear, but I am so grateful that you are here. And if I happen to not mention anything in particular, it could be I plumb forgot, or it really just wasn't newsworthy, so I didn't bother mentioning it. It is what it is, nature of the beast. That's what I like to call it. And quite frankly, that's probably what's going to happen this week, because once again, you'll see. And lastly, if you do like what you hear, you do like what you see, it would be so kind of you if you hit that like and subscribe button, and also the bell notification so that you don't miss a single video that I post here on Y&R For Life. Alrighty, where shall we begin? Well, as we all know from last week, Damien, played by Jermaine Rivers, his character, he got popped off. Even Jermaine Rivers had done a video to basically thank the fans and say, yeah, he's gone. Now, I have like a thought where that's concerned. Okay, maybe he is gone, like Jermaine Rivers, but I think there also leaves the room open for maybe another character, another person to play his character, and then he's not dead. I don't know. It seems a little fishy. I'll tell you why. Is because at some point in time, Kane had told Lily, basically, don't trust Damien because he's trying to, basically use her, that kind of thing. Do I believe that coming from Kane? No, not necessarily. But is it a possibility? Absolutely. So let's just see where that goes. But let's assume at this point, his character is gone. And I will say that in my head would have been the shortest lived character who got their picture on the opening credits for him to leave. I don't know why they did this, but oh well, I guess it was creative management, if you will. But anyway, he is gone. So we opened up the week where he's still lying in Kane's arms. Kane looks like he's shocked. Oh my gosh, this happened. Okay, and then up pops Phyllis from the bushes, if you will, going, oh my God, what happened? She puts down her purse. She goes over. Kane nicely says to her, Damien's dead. He didn't check for anything, like no pulse, nothing, because she was going to check, and he's like, nope, he's dead. Nope, no. And I'm thinking, that's a bit weird. Again, my spidey senses, ding, they're tingling. So I've got, again, a couple of theories, and I will share them, but right now, something just doesn't seem correct here. But again, let's assume that Damien is truly dead. We saw him at the end of the first episode of the week where he had a sheet over him. Lily was like, oh my God, like who's under the sheet? She sees it and she's like, oh my gosh. All right, backtrack a little bit. Within that episode, again, Phyllis is, again, she's bebopping all over, through the bushes in everybody's conversation. Somehow she's doing some wardrobe changes, if you will. And I had to laugh because I said to my daughter this week, I'm like, for such an alleged short trip, these people have a whole bunch of outfit changes, except maybe Nikki. She had a couple, but as we saw her this week, oh, the horror. Yeah. But everybody else, Audra, Diane, Phyllis, Sharon, they've all had these wardrobe changes. We haven't seen Michael and Lauren. Where are they? And Sally, where'd she go? Who else was there? I mean, yes, we saw Devon and Abby a couple of good times, but where is everybody else? Hmm. Anyway, yeah, so now Phyllis is literally going around talking to Kane about what happened here, um, what's going on. Kane's like, I don't know. And then he decides to say, because it's all about Cardigan Kane. It's all about him. Because he's the man going, oh, it was not intended for Damien. It was supposed to be for me. Okay, first of all, let's sidetrack for a second here. You you had told Chance from before that you brought him there because you suspected that somebody was going to try and bump you off by the end of that week. Really? And once again, like Nick said, you telling me this guy prances around this joint with absolutely no security and he can't contact the local authorities? He's got to fly Chance on out there. Chance, who, by the way, can't solve anything. Oh, my word. But, like, this doesn't make much sense at all. But whatever. It's the story. It is what it is. So, yeah, he's like, it wasn't intended for Damien. It was supposed to have been for me. And Phyllis, of course, is trying to do her little super sleuth. Usually, she tends to figure things out. Again, Chance, do-gooder Chance is pretty useless. And we saw that this week, but whatever. And we saw Billy with Jack, and Billy's there eating. I think it was like a frittata, while Jack and Diane waltz in, and they're like, and he's like, "Oh yeah, did you hear? Damien Kane, yeah, like he got bumped off." And Jack and Diane are like, "Oh my," and he's like, "Well, I guess you're hungry. No concern of yours, is it?" Oh well. So yeah, I'm gonna say the first episode was pretty much, all about Cardigan Kane and Damien's death, and really wasn't much to it. Except I will say that everybody is finding that the maze with all the bushes, the greenery, that somehow it's different. Dum dum dum. Was it Creepy Carter? Did he go around and change up the shrubbery? I don't know. This is so far-fetched. So you're telling me somebody came and physically moved all these hedges, if you will, these tall hedges. Okay, no, you got to come to me with something else here. But anyway, so then throughout the week, it's again this whole whodunit story, okay? Again, I can't even keep track of it because it was all about who did it. And maybe they won't drag this out too long. Maybe we might find out next week. Who knows? We can only hope for the best. But what we did see was that poor N on his chest Nicholas, he ends up getting framed for, I guess framed, if you will, for this murder. So, previously the dagger, it went missing, along with the bourbon bottle. I didn't know what it was, whiskey, bourbon, rum, I don't know. So, the bourbon bottle plus the 2 glasses, they went MIA, gone, nowhere to be found. Like somebody went and took the dagger out of Damien's back. This guy's laid out on the ground. Chance comes around and he's like, what happened here? What happened? Look, do you see the big, red mark on the guy's back? Oh, Chance. Oh, he needs to go, and he is going. But again, they'll probably bring in another chance. Oh, this is painful. But anyway, he's like, what happened here? And Kane is doing his best to like give some sort of story as to I'm innocent, but it was meant for me. So it was the Kane show. That's what it was. So yes, Nick was framed because at some point in time he went into the bathroom in his train car. He comes back out with this bloodied knife in a plastic bag. Writers, do you think we're crazy? Okay, so whomever the murderer is put the knife in a plastic bag. Mind you, no blood went on, anywhere of the bag except it was just on the knife. So it was a clear bag. And Nick's like, somebody's trying to frame me for murder. It was in my washroom in my train car. I'm telling you, it was a whole bunch of silliness. And even Chance was like, is this the knife? Phyllis was like, oh, good God. It looks like the knife. The blood on it. And Chance, of course, he's coming up with his little Yahoo theories. And Chance, would you like me to solve this for you? Would you like me to do this? Because you're not capable of this. This is ridiculous. I'm going to give you my theories on who it could be. I'm giving you a couple of names. I think maybe Colin is not dead. I think I mentioned this one before. I was thinking Phyllis, but I don't think it's her. What I do think it is a woman because the hand with the glove, I don't feel like it was large. I felt like it was a smaller hand that did this. So here's my other person. I got two other people. Holden, but once again, it's a guy, so, but he's a little bit on a daintier side, if you will, so I don't suspect that it could be him too much, but I do think it could be Sharon. Why do you say? I'll tell you why. She would fit the description as it pertains to a smaller hand, and when she had gone off on her own, when she was previously with Nick, she went off on her own into the train car. She never went back to Nick. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come back and meet you, whatever." And then she still remained in her room. But she was reading a book and realized that when she got to the room, she was so tired. So, wait a minute. You leave Nicholas by himself. You don't even try and get back to him to tell him, you know what? I'm a little bit tired. I just wanted to let you know, so I'm going to go back to my train car. You didn't say anything. So when he showed up at your door all frazzled, she's like, "Oh, did you come to get me?" Yeah, I came back to my train car and I was so tired. Sharon, hold on. Because this whole, when they were in the facility, her and Phyllis being locked up and in that, that environment, if you will, we know that Sharon has a past of being a little cuckoo crazy. I mean, she went from being a klepto to like straight crazy, burning down the Newman Ranch and all kinds of craziness. So, would I put it past her? No. She may not have been in her right mind, or yeah, maybe she was trying to target Kane to stop the madness. I don't know, but that's my pick. Somebody said it could have been Nikki. No, not Nikki. Nikki was sitting back in her train car having a dream about her kids and how they were like albeit in danger. So it's not Nikki. No. But what do you think? I'm thinking again, Colin, he's not dead. Possibility. Holden, maybe he flew out. Again, he had beef with Damien, so who knows? And Sharon. Again, I had Phyllis there for a minute, but now I'm changing it. I'm thinking Sharon. So apparently, as the story goes, it's not who you would think. I don't know who we would think. I guess everybody is. It's Kane, which I have to laugh. Side note: Victor at some point in time when he was doing like a crossword, and it was like what was a 4-letter word for an irritant? He's like, must be Kane. Oh, that's when Nikki popped up. Oh my gosh, I had a dream, Victor. And he's like, what's wrong, my baby? Oh, I was dreaming about the kids. It was bad. And she wants to be with Victoria. And again, how are you guys, writers, doing this to Cole? Like, you doing this guy so dirty. Like, nobody outside of Chelsea and I think Adam, no, and Nate. That's it? No, you got to do better. Like, let's get this memorial service on the go. No, but we're still in Nice. Okay, another highlight of the week, because right now Nick is running around trying to, clear his name, if you will. Who are you clearing your name to, Nick? Chance has no authority over there. None. He's like trying to, kind of move the case along. He has no authority. Man, do your thing, Nick. Do your thing. Yeah. What else happened? Oh, yes. Yeah. So Billy got into an argument with Jack about Abbott Communications. And basically, he's like, Jack, are you in or are you out? Jack's like, let me put it to you this way. He's like, basically, without me, there is no Abbott Communications, because it's my money that was putting it into that business. And since you've got your eye on Chancellor, dude, you won't even be able to open the door with Abbott Communications. Oh my, well, go ahead, Jack. And I'm sitting there and say, see what I said? Billy is acting real silly and he does some stupid things and he's going to get himself into trouble. And so now he's like, I'm out of Abbott Communications because I just want Chancellor to myself. You don't have Chancellor. Get over it. So now there's this complete war for Chancellor. Whatever. So yeah, Billy basically says to Jack, bump you. I don't need this. Okay. Sally is going to leave you. And now you've signed over Abbott Communications to her. Oh, this is going to be good. Because she going to leave you. And Sally, once again, I applaud you. Bravo for doing what you did. Unless Jack, which I don't think he'll do, I actually think he's going to be like, you know what, Sally? Do your thing. I'll back you up. Since my brother wants to be a nitwit, I'm going to, fit the bill here and let you thrive. Oh, boy. That will be good. So now Billy is sitting around full circle, if you will. He, again, has his eye on Chancellor something fierce. So who does he reel in where this is concerned? Phyllis. The same Phyllis that he had kicked to the curb. Now he wants the two of them to work together in order to, get Chancellor back. And that they will kind of be like running it together. Because, Phyllis, you need a job. So, like I say, we do this together. Okay, there's strength in numbers, as they say, but this is only going to go so far for so long. So, not good. But again, we're going to have to watch this whole thing play out, and be like, all right, what was the point of all of this? And then we'll just move along. right now, everybody in Nice is a suspect over this whole murder story. Oh, Devon found out about Lily and Damien have starting a relationship, and he was like, "Oh, really?" Oh, it is a mess. And we also saw Kyle and Audra. Okay, I've got my thoughts on this set of nonsense. So Audra found out that Damien was dead. So she braps on Kyle's train car door. Kyle is like muscles, bam, 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 bam. You know, abs. And he's just got this little towel on that's just right at his hip bone. Okay. And Audra comes in, she's wailing over the fact that Damien's gone and the fact that what is she going to tell Nate? Nate just found a brother and now he's lost a brother. What is she going to tell Amy? Amy just wanted her son back in her life before she died, and what just going to be a mess. So she's now looking to Kyle to console her, if you will. And he's like, "Oh yeah," and he's just like a nice little violin. He's just playing along. So anyway, it got to the point where it got hot and heavy on the bed. Okay, so they're getting hot and heavy, and then at some point in time, Kyle stops and he whispers into Audra's ear, if you will, or just whispers out loud that, is that? Yes, he says, "I'm on to you, Audra." And she's like, "Oh, pardon? What?" Trying to play it off. And he basically was like, "Yeah, I'm on to you." So there's this whole thing about he already knows that she's just trying to cause damage in his relationship with Claire, and that obviously Victor is the one that's behind all this, and he wants to break them up, and he's not having it. And he was just playing along the whole time with the whole Vibrante and Jabot social media war, which by the way never happened. But here's my thing. Okay, you said, Kyle, that you're onto her, you know what I mean? Did you really have to go that far in order to make your point? So you've got your girlfriend back home who has not heard from you, and worse off, her father has died. So she's going to be in a complete zone that, and I know from experience as it pertains to like my father passing, somebody says something to me, like it could be good morning, and I'm like, I'm losing it. Like, what do you mean it's a good morning? Like, no, no, no. So now what are you going to say to Claire? Oh, I went so far, I got hot and heavy with her on the bed, but I stopped. Do you think that's gonna fly, Kyle? Oh, no, no, no. Which again leaves the room right open for Claire and Holden, because you know Holden won't even think twice to go and get her. So I'm just saying, Kyle, I think you went too far. I don't know what you were thinking, because as per him, he's like, "Well, I just want to see how far you would go." Does that even make sense? So of course she's trying to backpedal now and be like, well, you were into it, like yeah, and he's like, "Well, the kiss, meh, yeah, I was just playing along." Kyle, no, you were like all up on her neck and everywhere, like slathering all over her. So again, I don't think, or I know you could have stopped that from the time she said her piece and go, "You know what, Audra, I feel sorry for you as it pertains to Nate and what have you, but yeah, this not." Why do we have to do all of this? Nonsense. So at this point in time, I think the last thing was the fact that Nick said that he was going to go get, backup in the authorities, and he was going to go down the side of the mountain. And this guy went to his train car, put on his little running shoes, rap, rap, rap on the door with Sharon, and he's like, I hope you're not trying to stop me. And she's like, not a chance. I'm coming with you. High heels and all. I'm like, where are your running shoes? Rap, rap, rap on his door again, and it turns out it's Creepy Carter with, I don't know, where this guy, I guess he's some sort of part of the security team that, whatever. And Nick's like, what do you want? Creepy Carter basically says, yeah, I have the authority to place you under house arrest. Meanwhile, Sharon is hiding because Nick was like, shh, go, go, go. She's hiding in plain sight, mind you, but whatever. And Creepy Carter is telling Nick this, and he's like, yeah, you can't stop me. He's like, I'm afraid I can. And then Sharon pops out of, wherever she was, again, plain sight, if you will. And he's like, Creepy Carter's like, oh, I was not aware that you weren't alone. You're going to have to come with me too. She's like, I heard everything. This is insane. He's like, oh, well, you're going to have to come with me, along with Nick, because you're a danger to, like, the other guests. When Creepy Carter said to Sharon for her that she has to go, Nick's like, the hell she is. And then he was like, move! No! And then the pseudo security guard, he steps up forward like, what? What? This is going to be so hysterical. Spoiler alert, it turns out that Victor is probably going to be the one trying to solve the case along with Chance. He's going to be his own little detective service. I don't know. Hey, if Newman doesn't work out for you, Victor, start your own private eye. I mean, Paul Williams was, so you could take over that role. It's all good. Oh boy. This should be quite the doozy of the week. Hopefully we'll see. Well, first of all, hopefully these guys can get back to Genoa City because they've been there for over a month now. This is sad. And then let's get whatever going on. Again, can we get rid of the whole Mariah story and just, move on where that's concerned? Let's again not see Cricket and Danny again. Don't do it, writers, please. Just let it go. Let it be what it is. Yeah, so we can stop all this Nice, somewhere in the south of France story. I think that's about it. Again, perhaps I forgot some stuff, but completely easy to do. It was again, who done it the whole week. Oh, by the way, when Kane was showing Chance the surveillance footage of between him and Damien, somehow, magically, right at the spot that the murder was just going to happen, the whole surveillance tape chips out. Oh, Kane, you're starting to look very guilty. But again, I don't believe that it was Kane. It couldn't have been Kane because he was there. But he got somebody to either do it or, again, I think perhaps Sharon is a good thought process because she's acting just as weird as Phyllis. But again, I don't think Phyllis Yeah, Sharon, she's looking a little on the guilt. She's been dipsy doodling off by herself a little bit too much. So again, who knows? But there you have it, folks. Again, one of those kind of flip-floppy weeks. Who did it? I'd love to know your thoughts on who you think could have done it. Um, See if we have a similar idea. But yeah, we're going to see what this week's holds. And again, hopefully we don't get it to drag on and we find out who did it and just keep it moving. And that we're not, dragging this whole storyline out. Um, let's just keep that train moving, pun intended. All right, guys. So if you stuck around to the end of this video, I am so appreciative. I love you lots. I really appreciate your time. And yeah, let's see what this coming week holds. And let's hope for the best. Fingers crossed. Okay, guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and also the bell notification. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.